Hi everyone. Ball lightning is probably one of the most popular build of the season. Like I see many people wanting to play this build, so I will just make a little showcase of the gameplay. I will use attack speed, intelligence, armor, and surging spice. We're gonna do a pit 69. I'll give you a little showcase if you don't know what ball lightning build is. It's the orbiting ball lightning that we play with the focus cocoons that make, those ball lightning gravitate around you. This build is super cool, super fast when you got the gear. When you got enough gear to make you able to play the build. The problem with this build is it requires a lot of gear to be stronger than a transition build like Crackuna, Hydra build, or Crackling Energy build. Crackling Energy build and Hydra build are very strong for transitioning and yeah. So, let's see. If you're wondering the skill rotation, I'm just holding down ball lightning here. I'm pressing flame shield off cooldown. You can also press teleport to gain some attack speed here when you cast the defensive skill. That's why I press either flame shield or teleport. But yeah, the skill rotation is pretty simple. Also cast basic seal from time to time to benefit from the damage from your seasonal power here. Casting a basic seal increase your damage by 20% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times when you cast it. This icon, when you cast it again, it shows to 3 and it refresh. If you're running out of mana, you cast one Blizzard, you run around. Blizzard is here to help you with mana regeneration. I got this question a lot, but yeah, Blizzard is to help you regenerate your mana if needed. And the boss. Don't forget to press your basic seal from time to time. It really helps a lot for the damage. So the thing is, I got asked this question a lot, is when you should transition. I assume that if you want to transition to ball lightning, as I said in my guide, it's one of the strongest build, but it's also an endgame build, and you need a lot of gear. Not to make it work, but you need a lot of gear to make it worth switching build. Because you might follow Hydra or Crackling Energy or another build. And those builds, I assume that you're already in T4. Because this is a progression, those two builds are progression build that takes you from T1 to T4. So I assume you're in T4 and you have your masterwork at least like 8 to 12 or 12 to 12. And many people want to transition. The main mistake that I see is they want to transition too early. If you transition too early, the ball lightning build is going to be way worse than your actual build, because your actual build is a masterwork. Like, for example, if you use a build, I assume that you masterwork at least 8 out of 12 or 12 out of 12. So make sure that if you want to switch, you have enough gold and enough mats to masterwork your new gear. So the thing is, many people want to transition to ball lightning too early, and I intentionally scuffed my gear to show that you can make ball lightning work, but I think that your actual build, if you play Hydra or Crackling Energy, should be stronger than what I just showed you in pit 69 if you have your stuff master work. So I remove 60% damage here, like this is gonna give me 60% more damage. This not's gonna give me another 60% damage. On my gear, I use Flicker Step to be able to teleport. On my previous video on Crackling Energy, I explained to you how to be able to perma teleport. So I have Flicker Step, I have boots to be able to perma teleport. I use a random arrayment. I don't use glove, I don't use pants, so I try to sculpt the build to show. I have a sword here for ball lightning. For ball lightning, it's simple. You're gonna need a legendary amulet to be able to play it. There is no legend, like no unique amulet, so you need an amulet with at least GA intelligence and a second passive. It can be icy touch, it can be glass cannon, it can be like permafrost, inner flame, anything that gives you raw damage. The third stat at this stage of the game, I have cooldown, which is very good, but it can be like a dead stat if you don't have anything. I assume you already have a Galvanic Azurite and Talrasha Ring. You should have both of them if you play Crackling Energy. But yeah, the requirements for Ball Lightning to work is basically having boots with attack reduce cooldown by 1.5, having Okuns, having those true ring, having a legendary amulet, and having a one-handed weapon with the right temper, obviously. And if you want a perma teleport, it's Flicker Step, and those 3 slots here, you can pretty much put anything you want. That should work, but it's gonna be worse than your actual build, and that's the problem. When you switch, you want to switch for something stronger. You don't want to switch to have a build that is worse than what you are playing, and that's the biggest mistake I see people making. So I would suggest you to wait before transitioning to Ball Lightning. I would suggest you to keep playing your actual build, and I will tell you how to get the gear for Ball Lightning. I got many questions about how do I get my Chaos Armor, how do I get Mythic Unique, how do I get power and stuff. So the first thing is your Chaos Power. You have Mana Shield, Power Siphon, Advanced Technique, and Explosive Combination. The thing is, you have to upgrade them to at least, I would say, like 8 to 10 rank. You have to press F to upgrade them. I have everything 10 to 10, but you really want to upgrade your power. That is a big damage increase. So upgrade your power. You can get Infernal Warp by doing Nightmare Dungeon, by doing Hell Tide. So this is a very important point before you upgrade. I will put back my normal setup for this build. I have the whole gear already. This is here, Crown, Ablution, Wing of Starless Sky. So second point, question about how to get Mythic Unique. I know Mythic Unique are really hard to get. Unfortunately, you need to get those Mythic Unique to get the Ball Lightning build work correctly. So to get those Mythic Unique, you have 3 solutions. So to get the Spark, you can get the Spark from your Seasonal Journey here. When you complete your Seasonal Journey, that's gonna give you a Spark. You can also kill Lilies here. Killing Lilies in T1, not even T4. In T1 is enough to give you a Spark. And last, this is the seasonal reward or seasonal quest line that you can complete by just playing the game, doing Infernal Hordes, doing Helltide, doing Nightmare Dungeon. So this reputation board here also gonna give you a Spark. So that's gonna give you 3 Spark. With those 3 Spark, what you're gonna do is you can either go to the blacksmith, I think that's what you should do, and craft a Mythic Unique Cage. That's gonna give you a random Mythic. If you're lucky, you're gonna get a Starless Sky or Hurricane Crest. If it doesn't work, salvage it and craft it again. If not, there is no jewel here, but second possibility is crafting the one that you need, but I don't think at this stage of the game you're gonna really get so many runes. You can craft Mythic Unique at the jewel for those who don't know, and unfortunately that costs a lot of rune, so this solution might not be suitable. So I would recommend using the blacksmith, and then to get Spark outside of that you can either do bosses with the mats here, farming. I have some mats here, but you mostly farm them in Hell Tides. Then you're just killing those bosses and trying to get Mythic Unique. Last solution is getting those tribute of Ascendants United and doing that in group. You do that in group of 4. Everyone bring 1, and you can just get 4 of them. It's very efficient to get the chance of Mythic Unique. And yeah, that's basically how you can get all those Mythic Unique. For Ball Lightning, when you really want to switch, like when the build is really strong, the build gets really strong when you basically get everything together. So if you want to have Crown of Lucian and Banish Lord, Crown of Lucian is going to increase your resource costs, and it's stacked at 5 times. Like, let's see, I have casting a Ball Lightning here, cost me 220 mana. I got the Crown of Lucian debuff here, and now it cost me 294 mana. Like, even more. If you don't have Starless Sky, it goes even crazier. It cost me 500 mana right now, and the goal is to synergize with Banish Lord. It's gonna allow you to Perma Overpower. I will show you here. Only overpowered damage. As you can see here, every tick should overpower right now. Everything overpowered, that's the synergy of both, and you definitely want to have both of them. You're also gonna need Starless Sky. Starless Sky gonna help you a lot with your mana, otherwise it's very hard to manage your mana. You know, everything just synergizes together, and as you play Mana Shield here, you don't have life. If you cannot sustain your mana, you're just gonna die. It's gonna be very hard. That's why you're gonna need Starless Sky. Lucran Talisman is also a big damage buff, very important to get. Then Harlequin Crest. Harlequin Crest is gonna allow you to perma teleport, because without Harlequin Crest, this setup doesn't use Flicker Step. So you really need a lot of things to make this build worth it and good. My main advice is don't switch too early, don't be too impatient, just keep playing your build, try to get your gear. The best way to get the Chaos Armor, there's 2 ways to get Chaos Armor. You can either do Infernal Hordes. Infernal Hordes are guaranteed one Chaos Armor at the end, or you can do Nightmare Dungeon with Chaos Rift. Those Nightmare Dungeon with Chaos Rift, I can show you quickly what it looks like. This is, in my opinion, the best way to switch. Like, I haven't switched to Ball Lightning, like I switched like very late. It took me a lot of time, so you get those magic Chaos Rift in Nightmare Dungeon, and what you're gonna do is just going to them, doing it, and as you can see here, when you kill those monsters, it's gonna give you reputation, right? Doing a few Nightmare Dungeons gonna give you reputation, then you're gonna go back to the seasonal quests, where you do the seasonal quest. The seasonal quest here, and you can get the Greater Infernal Cache, which should guarantee also Chaos. When you finish the seasonal quest, by the way, you can exchange your reputation to get the wrap here, using those wrap here. That way also guarantee you to have a Chaos Unique, as you can see here. Yeah, I should have 2. But yeah, those are the way to get those Chaos Armor. And last thing is, when you got all of these, it's still hard, because you want to be able to cast, you want to be able to spend 275 mana. 275 mana to be able to overpower every time. And the thing is, my mana consumption cost only 220. And if you don't have enough rank in Ball Lightning, you might not reach the cap. Like, I'm reaching the cap because I have a lot of rank right now in Ball Lightning. I had 37 rank in Ball Lightning. So that allowed me to Perma Overpower, but it's not hard to get the build going, but it's hard to make this build stronger than what you're actually playing. That's why I do not recommend you to switch too early.
Have patience, don't be in such a hurry.
I'm gonna do a next video probably about the full setup that I have on Ball Lightning, the gear prioritization, the synergy between the gear, how to play, and what you need, like a full breakdown of the build. I can also make a video about how to perma teleport with any build on the sorcerer. I can explain in detail like how do you use flicker step, how do you combine that with the boot to be able to perma teleport like very early on without a lot of gear. So let me know in the comment section what you would prefer. And I think that's it for me today. I hope that you're not gonna switch too early. And yeah, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time for next video. Let me know in the comment section which one you would prefer first.